Ethiopia's diplomacy performance, reality, challenges, and new direction. Welcome back to Family Vlog, the channel where we break down real-world issues, leadership lessons, and the stories shaping our future. Today, we dive into one important question. Backhand index pointing right: how strong is Ethiopia's diplomacy performance today? Backhand index pointing right: what is working and what must change? What is diplomacy? Diplomacy is not just meetings, handshakes, or official speeches. Diplomacy is survival. Diplomacy is economy. Diplomacy is national security. For a country like Ethiopia, a nation with over 120 million people, huge geostrategic value, and great development potential, diplomacy is the engine that shapes trade, investment, peace, regional influence, global partnerships. So the real question is, how well is Ethiopia using this engine? Ethiopia's diplomatic ETHIOPIA'S. Even during difficult political and economic moments, Ethiopia has shown major strengths in diplomacy. 1. Africa's historical diplomatic capital. Ethiopia is one of the only African countries never colonized. Finfinne, or Addis Ababa, hosts the African Union (AU), UNECA, dozens of embassies. This gives Ethiopia natural diplomatic weight. 2. Strategic geography. Ethiopia sits right in the Horn of Africa, one of the most contested and important regions in the world. This location makes Ethiopia a key partner for security, counter-terrorism, Red Sea stability, regional trade. 3. Population and market power. A market of 120 million people is a powerful bargaining tool in investment deals, trade agreements, infrastructure cooperation. 4. Soft power. Ethiopia's cultural influence, from coffee to music to ancient history, creates global respect. Diplomatic WECANSSES and CHALLENGS. But every strength has a shadow. Ethiopia's diplomacy also faces serious challenges. 1. Internal instability. Conflicts inside the country weaken external negotiation power. When a nation is internally divided, diplomacy becomes reactive instead of strategic. 2. Fragmented foreign policy structure. Too many institutions speak for Ethiopia, but not in a unified voice. This creates mixed messages internationally. 3. Economic pressure. Debt, inflation, and slow growth reduce bargaining power in loans, investments, international agreements. 4. Regional competition. Countries like Kenya, Egypt, Sudan, Eritrea, and the Gulf nations aggressively push their agendas. Ethiopia must work harder to protect its national interests. 5. Red Sea access issue. A landlocked economy makes foreign policy heavily dependent on neighbors. This limits strategic flexibility. Areas where Ethiopia performed well recently. Despite challenges, Ethiopia has made diplomatic progress in key areas. Heavy checkmark GERD negotiations. Even under heavy pressure, Ethiopia protected its right to develop the Blue Nile. Heavy checkmark BRICS admission. Joining BRICS expanded Ethiopia's global economic and political network. Heavy checkmark peace diplomacy. Attempts to stabilize internal regions and engage in regional peace talks improved international engagement. Heavy checkmark investment outreach. Ethiopia maintains relationships with China, UAE, Turkey, EU, USA, even when disagreements exist. What Ethiopia must improve? To become a stronger diplomatic actor, Ethiopia needs 1. One unified foreign policy voice. Coherent communication improves credibility. 2. Strong economic diplomacy. Focus on exports, manufacturing partnerships, and technology. 3. Red Sea strategy. Ethiopia must build long-term access solutions through ports, logistics partnerships, regional agreements. 4. National branding. Promote Ethiopia's image globally through tourism, innovation, culture, diaspora engagement. 5. Professional diplomatic training. Modern diplomacy requires skilled negotiators, analysts, and strategists. Ethiopia stands at a crossroads, a nation with extraordinary potential, but also extraordinary responsibility. Strong diplomacy is not optional. It is the key to national growth, regional leadership, and global respect. Ethiopia's diplomacy is improving, step by step, but it must evolve faster to meet the challenges of today's world. If Ethiopia aligns its strength, unity, and strategy, then its global influence will rise higher than ever before. Thank you for watching Family Vlog. If you found this content helpful, like, comment, and subscribe.